Felicity Richards.
Good morning.
Good morning and welcome.
Thank you. So I live in Sayers Crescent, opposite the Corfe Reserve, by the Avon River, in what is currently the Riccarton ward, and currently proposed to be changed to the Waimairi ward. I've lived there over 40 years and have seen a lot of changes, particularly with the university, students more and more living to the west of Waimairi Road, the west of Brodie Street, right through to Avonhead Road, which is the current boundary for our ward. I recently joined the Island Upper Riccarton Residents Association, and we only learned of the representation boundaries proposals 2 weeks ago. I don't know quite how we missed all that. I personally put my name down to receive notifications from the council about such things in the future. So I attended the University of Canterbury and graduated as a BCom back over 40-something years ago. And I attend the University of Canterbury community meetings because they're a big part of our local area. And as I said, many students live in our area as well. And what we're particularly concerned about, and I'm particularly concerned about, is the split proposed with the ward boundary for Waimairi Road being the boundary for Waimairi, and splitting the island campus from the Dovedale campus of the university. And I just think that that means that if there's an issue with the university in particular, there's going to be multiple members of the community boards having to deal with the same problem. And it's also the split of individual suburbs. Ilam, where I live, is now potentially split into 3 different wards. Upper Riccarton split into 2. And then to add this whole great big area, including Riccarton Racecourse, as part of Riccarton, which sounds logical, but of course is not, because it's miles away from central Riccarton. It just doesn't seem logical to me, so I would just prefer the status quo of the Avonhead Road boundary to keep the whole area of the university and the university people, whether they're lecturers, students, whoever, under one ward. That's really mainly what I wanted to say. I've been trying to do some work along the Avon, where it's still a stream opposite me. It's amazing how, although just as a wee sideline, they managed to mow the grass, they don't actually seem to do any weeding. There's huge weeds at times, so I'm very glad I've got a great big green bin now that I pay for, so I can fill it up with deadly nightshade, there's a lot of ivy, all these things. And as another aside, I wish to thank Helen Broughton of the Riccarton Community Board for her assistance in dealing with the removal of a tree which on the berm of my property, the roots of which are still affecting my eroding infrastructure. So I've got lovely bright pink paint on the road at the moment. They're going to deal with it in July, apparently, even though it was first notified in February 2019. And I'd like to say thank you very much to Catherine Chu. I've met her twice through the Island Upper Riccarton Residents Association, and Catherine did come to our Christmas function, which involved addressing members of our community, and also to meet her personally just before the year began here in January. Thank you, Catherine.
Great, thank you. That's a very warm note to finish on.
Are there any questions? Sam?
Yeah, thank you very much for coming in and completely get your sentiment around the community of interest being the university and how we do that. You mentioned obviously Helen Broughton. Have you looked at Helen's proposal? Because she'd actually come up with a bit of a compromise. through
I
that
have
area.
heard that it is Brodie Street and Parkstone Avenue.
Yeah.
I fall to the south of that.
Right.
So it actually doesn't include our
Doesn't include you. Okay.
quite a big area.
Yeah. Would you be open to a compromise on that boundary though, if we could somehow? Because I mean, as Leanne
All
said
numbers.
constantly, it's
I know it's numbers, 10%.
yeah. So is would there
Well,
be a
this was
middle
why I
ground
was
in there?
wondering about this Riccarton Racecourse, where they've got this huge new development. Why that suddenly included as part of
Yeah.
Riccarton instead of Hornby, or whatever it was.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
Thank you.
Waimairi. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Fantastic. Thanks.
Should be your area.
All right. Thank you very much for your submission, and it's been very helpful. Much appreciated.
Thanks so much, Leanne. Thank you.